Follow the script, don't ask why. Same lie, different suit, different time. Left, right, red, blue. If it don't add up, that's on you. Seems sus. We bring the heat. Think. Seems sus. We bring the heat. Lines in the sky, they say it's fine. Turn off your brain, trust the sign. Resist, obey, comply, die. Same old game, new reason why. Screens stay loud, truth stays buried. Breaking news, but the facts get blurry. Seems sus. We bring the heat. Think. Seems sus. We bring the heat.
And we're back.
Didn't this used to have a countdown before?
It did, but since I refuse to pay for it, yeah, I don't pay for it anymore, so it doesn't have all that stuff. What is going on, friend?
I got yelled at for not having good equipment, so I ordered a mic.
If that was me yelling at you, then I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I've been kind of wanting to buy something like that. My wife bought me, like, you're going to laugh, this little thing, but I don't know where to connect it at, and I don't think it works. It probably won't work well. This is like very novelty. I'm like, that's not probably going to work for what we're doing. It probably plugs in your phone, if anything.
It looks like one of those adapters. I have one in the house, but I've got one of those lapel clips.
That's what I had, but it takes like a certain like input jack. It's like a 3-ring one. And I'm like, how the hell do you use that in a interface? Oh well, whatever.
I don't know how it works with an interface, but
Yeah.
the lapel one hooks into the back of a phone, so you can record directly the audio to your phone. So if you have like the voice app, it records it to that.
Yeah, that's what it's made for. The one I bought at this flea market.
Well, for anyone listening, we're still kicking it. You know how that goes in this weird world of craziness of a bunch of suspicious things.
Thus, I wonder if like how many viewers you lose every time we record one of these episodes.
My numbers have been higher lately, so maybe we're gaining people.
Well, hello then, everybody. Hello.
Yeah. So the Seems Sus episodes, when I drop them here tomorrow morning, like my Friday numbers have been higher than normal. So maybe they enjoy listening to us sound dumb.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
So I want to start something real quick off the cuff. So like, apparently like the powers that be are trying to push milk. You know, I know we're going to talk about that, but I thought about this because I bought some. You ever heard of cream line milk?
No.
It's like the kind of milk that's got like almost like a buttery substance in it before you break it in. You kind of got to shake it. It's like basically the cream that rises is really thick, like butter. Like I've been drinking that milk a lot because I really like it, and I wonder if they mean like they want you to drink more of that crap.
I just kept thinking of that Macho Man thing. The cream rises to the top. Yeah.
I mean, it's like one step away from raw milk, but it's been, I believe, pasteurized still because, you know, like they're trying to tell you the raw milk thing's still bad for you. I'm like, don't the Amish drink that anyway?
I believe so. I'm not particularly up to date on what the Amish people do, but
because like, what's his face is always pushing. He's like, we need to have raw milk in our schools, less energy drinks, and I mean, you know what? Maybe they don't take RFK that serious because of the way he talks, and it's like, man, sounds like he had like 20 packs a day for the last 40 years, man. We can't take. I don't really.
I was gonna say, did you see what he said about the orange man should be dead for the amount of poison he keeps eating?
Oh, like McDonald's and all that.
Yeah, he claims from all the poisons that he puts in from all these places that he eats at, he's surprised he's not dead.
It's probably cloned. Like he gets cloned. Like what's that? What was that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where they had clones? The 5th day, 7th day, 6th day.
I kept thinking of The Eraser, but I think that's something else.
No, it's called like the 7th day, and like Every time they got cloned, it leaves like a little dot behind their eyelid.
Hmm.
You never seen it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Shut the hell up. You need to watch that. It's a good movie. Like literally it's about cloning people. And Arnold's in it.
Is it a
Anyway.
newer one or an older one?
It's like ooh, I want to say early 2000-ish, maybe.
Before he became the governor?
Maybe it was after. Don't quote me.
I haven't really seen much that he's done in the last few years. Like, he hasn't really done anything, has he?
Well, he shouldn't be. Well, honestly, he shouldn't have said that "fuck your freedoms" thing during the whole like Beast era. I feel like he lost a lot of respect for being that way. That's
Yeah,
Hollywood. That's
I don't.
Hollywood agenda is. Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
We're
You
gonna
seen
get
that
into
movie?
we're gonna get into some Hollywood agenda here in a second, but I brought this up to you and you asked why I want to talk about it. And I'm just gonna point out something because I got called a bootlicker. And for anyone listening that knows me, I am not a bootlicker. I do not support our government, no matter who's in charge, what side. And the other day, you and I got called a right wing apologist. I was like, I'm pretty sure we don't align with either side.
I think that is just basically the insults people go for. You're either one or the other. But is there an insult for the person in the middle?
Yeah, you're not allowed to be in the middle. They claim centrists are part of the problem. Libertarians are part of the problem. And I don't know. They all hate each other. So again, because we don't align with anyone, we're
It's
also part of
literally
the
like
problem.
religion then. Like
Yeah.
you can't be a Satanist or Christian without getting shit. Or
Right.
Buddhist or Muslim.
So just for anyone out there listening, so I have to make this statement apparently every time we do an episode like this. I do not have any political affiliations. I do not have any religious affiliations. Like, I am just a guy with a microphone. And if you can listen to me, that is awesome. If you don't like what I have to say, that's awesome too. Because at the end of the day, we all are entitled to listen to what we want to and agree with what we want to and disagree with what we want to. You don't have to let me know that you disagree with me. If you want to, that's fine. And I'm probably going to come on here the next episode and say you're a fucking idiot. Like,
where would you call where did they call you a bootlicker at? It just sounds funny to say.
it was on a stupid comment from, I think it was Spotify.
And those are funny. Like,
and then someone else called us making
us.
excuses for us. They did the seemed sus. They were calling us right wing apologists, basically.
Well, that's hilarious too. You know, I never voted person out there ever. So what does that make me then? An anarchist? Because I thought the other side was that way. See, you can't be changing titles because you're mad at someone.
Well, I thought it was strange that everyone on the right was considered a conspiracy theorist back in 2020 and a little bit further. If you believed in this type of stuff, you were one of those wacky maggots is what they referred to people as, and believing in all sorts of weird Pizzagate things. And there was no such thing as these child rings being now all of a sudden, because the Agent Orange is back up there. That's all they talk about. So apparently now when anyone comes out with a new story accusing him of it, that's all true. But when people were accusing other people of it that were in charge, that was known to sniff children, and his own daughter has wrote things about it, you never heard a peep about any of that stuff. It's just the hypocrisy. And again, I'm not apologizing for any orange person or any person on either side. Like, I think they're all a bunch of friggin' idiots. And I think they're all probably child sniffers. But again, I'm a bootlicker.
Why does it got to go to child sniffing? Like, is that like if you're in the government, you're a child sniffer? Like, why can't they have another fetish?
I don't know.
Why does it got to be children? You know what I mean? That's weird. I don't know.
I can't say the word because apparently it gets you flagged, but it's
I know we're not saying the word, but
the word that starts with an A that ends in chrome. That's what they claim everyone's after.
Oh, there's that. And then there's that theory that stuff wasn't a thing.
Yeah. So we're done talking about all that crap today. Like, I'm not going into that, but I did find it strange, and we brought this up, that celebrities, why are they attracted to children? I also found it funny, not funny at all. Like, terrible, but ironic in the sense that, and I can't even think of her name at the moment, so this is kind of stupid to even talk about it. But the lady was going out like 2 months ago talking about how she was abused when she was of underage when she was working in the film industry or whatever, and now her husband has a warrant out for arrest for abusing children. And then they showed him turning himself in, but then he didn't turn himself. Now there's like a warrant, and like they're raiding his house to arrest him. Like, what's going on with that?
Oh, the Revenge of the Nerds guy.
Yeah,
We won't say his name.
yeah. We don't say names here because I don't feel like getting the
Yeah.
Luciferian lawsuits, but you know,
Sure. I mean, yeah, like he literally posted a video of himself going, I drove 2,000 miles to turn myself in, blah, blah, blah. And then there's all these articles saying they broke down his door. And I'm like, well, which one is it? Did he teleport back home and then that's when they got him?
right?
So, yeah,
And
that's strange. Sure.
this is what's funny to me is we're supposed to believe all of the people that come out and say that this has happened to them. Like, you're guilty because this person's speaking out about you. You're automatically guilty. And this is not to shame or to criticize or to make light of anyone that has been abused. Like, but at the same time, how many people know that and just come out with false allegations just to do it? And I'm not saying that all these people are not being abused at all. I think they are. You know what I mean? Like, how easy is it for someone to use that as a weapon at this point?
I mean, it happened to MJ back in the day in the 90s, and that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's like similar stories, like, oh, they're just trying to get money out of him, making up stuff. And it's like, I'm not saying, Michael Jackson guilty or innocent.
You're cutting out.
I'm not saying my MJ was guilty or innocent, but it was definitely a strange story how they just like threw it out there. I mean, that was when, yeah, the 90s were weird. Like, literally, one story got on the news and you'd have to hear it like forever. Same with, what happened to OJ and Gulf War. And
That's just how it was back then.
yeah.
And they used a lot of different things that were going on to distract people back in the 90s too, but that'll be for a different day of topics because a lot of things went boom in places that were very confusing when other like investigations were going on. But
Well, that was before that, though.
there
Like,
was the Oklahoma City.
oh, yeah. And then
That was
there's something
95, I
else.
believe. Yeah.
There's something else that happened. I can't really think of it right now.
There was Waco.
There was, yeah, that. And then Rodney King and the LA riots.
Yeah.
Huh.
The 90s were a strange time. That was the last time the Insurrection Act was enabled during the Rodney King riots of LA. When LA was on fire and they allowed Bush to, I guess, enable the Insurrection Act to push the military in there to stop the rioting, which is now something that's being brought up to happen up in Minnesota, which we kind of touched on this last week, and so we're not going to harp on it again today. But
Sure.
last week, we know what happened. But before the events of what went on, they were talking about the fraud cases. So it seemed a little sus to me that the very next day when all this fraud stuff was coming about, this lady ends up getting popped. And now everything's been shifted to that rather than the fraud stuff. So for a conspiracy type person, like you're looking at, well, is this again shifting the narrative, pushing it away, burying the story, and pushing this out in front for you to be distracted by it because the other things that are going on behind the scenes they don't want anyone to talk about, so they want to push this tragedy into the next thing. Now, a lot of conspiracy people say this didn't even happen. It's all just a big psyop. I don't know where I believe in that everything is a psyop because then you get so far down the rabbit hole that reality is a psyop at this rate. You and I are psyops and we don't even know it.
Shit.
Someone else has accused me of that too, being involved in the cover-ups. I was like, man, if I'm involved in government cover-ups, where's my paychecks? Because I'm not getting paid.
You're not very good at hiding either.
No.
That probably explains why you have a lot of twins too, like
I'm just clones.
clones.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Oline Rogers 4124. He's happy face thumbs up, which means he's enjoying the show. We appreciate your little emojis there.
Yeah. We had some viewers, but then they checked out and they keep coming back in. So again, for
Hello.
anyone listening to the audio, we record these live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can watch us live on YouTube and join into the conversation if you would like to. But I asked for some suggestions last week about some topics, and we did get a few things here and there, but one of the things that I think we'll actually have to do if we're going to break it down into topics is I'm going to have to spend some time and actually write out a whole bunch of things. And I have not had the time to do that this week. I've been doing interviews every night,
Stop it.
which for anyone listening to Tinfoil Tells, if you listen to this Friday when this releases, next week's episode is pretty cool because I had the opportunity to talk to the new showrunner of Monster Quest, and that will be dropping this upcoming Tuesday. So for anyone that's a fan of the show of Monster Quest from the History Channel, it was pretty cool to be included in that. So
Hello, Audacious Amber, by the way.
hello. So yeah, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, I had wrote down and I left it in the house. So there's that. There was something that went on this past week that I thought was kind of interesting in the sense that the on the world's plate for the I don't know how to say it without like going all whack job on it, but do you think it's strange how we're acting about Greenland?
My opinion, whatever he's doing, he keeps conquering countries that need freedom. Not in a bad way, because like I feel like I don't know, anything he goes and does, it's gonna make everybody mad anyway. Not everybody, but I don't think
I don't think we need to worry about Greenland in the sense that we got to go and just take control over it, because this is where I come back to. How's that any different than another country invading and taking over another country?
I
It,
mean
we can police the world, but we're going to go and also do it like what we want to do. So it's like a big flex and a big EX crotch chop to someone and says, "Suck it, you can't fuck with us."
mm. Well, funny enough, somebody I didn't think would post any conspiracy thing was like posting a screenshot of like a YouTube video about they have like alien ships in Greenland, and that's why they're going in there to
And the
protect.
Amber says the radioactive waste they've been dumping there for decades.
Well, in Greenland,
I don't know about all radioactive stuff, but I know there is stuff in the northern part of the world that they've put some of that stuff at.
suppose that's new to me because I always thought maybe it was just fresh land.
Greenland's all covered under a sheet of ice.
That's what I thought too. I was like, is it just frozen? Like radioactive waste that just pours back
There's
out
only
again?
like 30, I think 30 something thousand people that even live there.
I don't know anybody from there.
They could literally give every single person there like millions of dollars to move, and they could buy the whole country and no one would know the difference, because think about how much money we waste on stuff anyways. Yeah, natural resources. So that gives people a whole lot of stuff to get the rare earth minerals, the golds, the other things that are underneath the ice. So it's not about security. It's about trying to get access to all the rare earth materials. Just kind of like for oils.
I feel like they should invade Canada. You know how big Canada looks on the map? Like I feel like there's all these spots that I'm actually surprised anybody lives in it.
There's a whole thing of northern Canada that's not being lived in either. Just
That's what
like
yeah.
like Siberia is the same concept over in Russia. Like you get so far up there, it's like the friggin' Arctic, to where there's nothing up there but just tundra.
Yeah, I don't
So,
really unless there's some like nefarious stuff going on in Greenland. I don't really understand that whole concept of going there, other than to make people mad. And I don't know, man. At this point, I don't feel like you got this majority of people think the world is falling down because of that guy, and I just don't feel that way, in my opinion, because there's just no reason to. It's just like media blowing up about the most dumb things. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't feel like we're in peril. We
I don't
definitely
think
need
the I don't think we are in peril in general, but I think that
right.
the things that are going on in general are a little kind of far
Sus,
out there. Yeah,
sus for
it
sure.
seems sus,
Like
but
any positive news that they do, like I was saying earlier about the whole milk thing and the trying to change the food groups, and it's like that's kind of cool in a way, but it's strange how like you have one thing going on that's great, and then they just the other side just no, you know what I mean? Like nobody can be happy at this point.
no. The putting a cap on interest rates at 10%. Did you see that? Like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
credit cards or something.
that was a big one.
I've seen no one say anything about that. Not even a positive thing. Like nothing has been mentioned.
I
But
feel like I feel like
I
there's a
did see
catch.
something. I did see something where it was asked about our $2,000 tariff rebates, and he said, "When did I say that?" Which we all knew that wasn't happening.
Oh, did he retract it?
Yeah, he asked when he ever said that.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that because what I said about that ticked off a lot of people. But I called him out on being hypocritical. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna bring it up here. It's funny though.
yeah. People that are so anti-government are always having their hands open for a handout.
Right? That was a synopsis right there.
You know,
It's like, wait a minute, I thought you didn't like that person, and now you don't mind taking money. Like literally anything he does makes you mad, and then he does something like that, and then you're like, hey, like what? Money changes people. Money is the root of all evil, and that's a fact.
yeah, I agree to that. So we're going to steer on to a different direction. There is this report again, and did you send it to me again where the guy was talking about how there's no file for the Atlas 3 or 3i Atlas that flew over the CIA didn't have a file of it flying by or something? You sent it to me or someone else sent it to me. I was like,
I might have because I'm like, this thing again?
it already flew out of here, but there was a story about how the CIA doesn't have anything on it. I was like, well, why would they? Or why would they admit to it if they did? The CIA's not been known to be very open about the things that they do. It's not like they go to the press conference and be like, "Yep, we were tracking this alien craft as it flew past." So I don't even know what the point of that story was. I don't understand the whole point of the whole concept of why people were going off saying it was an alien spaceship, and it was only that one dude from Harvard.
There's like several news articles. That's why I don't believe the news anymore because it contradicts itself a lot.
Yeah, care credit won't be 30% interest, so they claim, but they don't necessarily have to do that because I don't know if he has the power to make people actually not charge interest.
Hey man,
Oh,
anything to take care of your animals and not go poor. I get it. I have
yeah,
the same card.
yeah. Well, pets get expensive.
Yeah, they do. I feel
You
like
actually, how much did it cost you to try and save your cat, and then it didn't end up helping?
the one that passed away.
Yeah, do they
Uh,
charge you for that, even though that didn't work?
no, they actually did not.
Okay,
They charged for the euthanasia part.
okay. So
And
I've wondered that too. Like you go in there and you're trying to save your animal, and they do all this stuff, and it doesn't save it. They're like, "All right, well, sorry, we couldn't save it, but here's a $5,000 bill for us attempting to save your pet."
oh.
I don't know.
Now,
If
now
that's how it works.
the one we got has been costing us money because it's like $70 every time I take him in, and he was kind of I wouldn't say he was a runt. He had like a bad eye and he had a cold because he was a sick cat. And he's been racking up the bills more than the dead one. No offense to the dead one, I miss him, but like he was always sick all the time. And like I finally got pet insurance because like that's kind of a silly thing to have, but it's obviously vital.
Yeah.
So
They offered me pet insurance, and I never took it up because I was like, Didn't seem like
Addictive? Oh,
it didn't seem like something needed to invest in, but
well, in case that they eat something they're not supposed to, or it's gonna cost you unless you don't care about it. So yeah, you should probably next time.
my
Look into
dog
it.
ate the squeaker out of one of the squeak toys the other day, so when he lays down, he occasionally will squeak. At some point, I hope he would pass it.
Yeah.
The Ascended Health Active Detox Probiotic, I've helped many a cat with that.
I think they takes a probiotic. It's like a powder.
Mm. The one thing that I saw kind of made me question thing, I think I sent it to you, is like, how did they get these shots? The conveniently staged photo ops. Like the one I sent you the other day where they're showing the guy was under the debris that fell on him, and then you seen the hand hanging out from underneath the thing, the one where I put you and I in the background, like we're from Call of Duty.
Yeah, that was dolled up. There's no way. First of all, if anything, these photographers are criminals. Just the way they just have a picture there and get away with not being harmed by a rioter or somebody in distress, because you see a guy with a camera, you don't know if they're working for the. Why would anybody risk their life for that perfect shot?
Did you watch the movie Civil War? Apparently they wear press things they're not supposed to be getting shot at.
That did.
I know.
I've never seen it, but no, like that is the biggest. And you know me, I'm a really shitty photographer, videographer, and like I kind of see where I just wouldn't put myself at risk taking that perfect shot or that perfect picture. It just seems they're always right there when somebody gets punched or maced or whatever. And like that should tell you everything, all the pictures you see. And videos nowadays could be AI now. We don't know anymore.
Oh, this
That's
one had it was the guy's hat's laying next there.
right, right.
Debris on top of him. His hand is hanging out from underneath the debris. The person's not even trying to save him. They're like, nope, I'm taking a photo. And just left.
And that's just heartless. That's just heartless in general, but nobody blames the photographers for those acts of doing heartless things just for that picture.
They know what gets the clicks, is basically like they put up that terrible photo of this is a horrible tragedy going on, and now we're going to get all these people clicking the article and looking at it because the photo sells it. Think about how much money, if that was a real photo, the person probably gets for it. Because I'm sure they have to sell it to media, don't they? They don't just give it to them.
That's what I don't understand. That's like almost like a conspiracy in itself. Who are these photographers that are just happen to be right there?
Yeah. They're in the middle of a war zone. People are blowing up left and right, but they're always getting their photos up. Think about when they're in the middle of a war zone and they're showing photos of the guys standing there with their guns drawn and everything. How come they're not getting shot at? It's almost like it's always staged.
It has to be, because nobody is safe in the art of war at all. Like you're gonna get blown up too. You're not. You don't have your past doesn't make you bulletproof. Sorry.
I mean, it could be a Kevlar pass. You never know.
Well, then arm the military with those things.
So the biggest thing in the news that I wanted to dive into this week, now that we're about a half hour in, is the new secret weapon that was released on the poor Venezuelans that had stood no chance for the American super soldiers that came down there and took over.
Did you say super soldiers?
Yes, I did. Because that's apparently the conspiracy rumor that going out. They were super soldiers.
I did not know that one. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've seen in the conspiracy around that they were used super soldiers. But the weapon that they used was a sonic weapon, and it supposedly disorientated all of the troops that were down there, like defending Venezuela and the president they had or whatever, and they started puking up blood, bleeding from the ears and eyes. And then the 20, whatever they were, soldiers came in there and just shot every one of them.
Just 20.
Yeah, they said that there was drones flying around. All the lights ended up going out. Helicopters come by. These guys just come swooping down out of there. Next thing you know, everyone's falling over and puking from some sonic noise, and then they all got shot. There was like nothing, not one single American got hurt in the whole thing. Kind of crazy.
Who made the account? Did
Apparently,
they ever
there were still some survivors from the guards. I don't know,
the
but
news
now the mainstream it was. I thought it was just more conspiracy stuff getting put out there, but mainstream has now been talking about it. I've seen Fox News post an article on it. I've seen another one of those alphabet freaking agency media corporations posting something about it. Yeah,
That's
some sort of sonic weapon.
That's weird they let that get out though. The fact that it's a weapon and the news found out.
Well, it was probably done intentionally because if they didn't want it to get out, it wouldn't have gotten out.
True.
So they're just, it's more of a flex, I think. Like, we can do this and you really can't stop us.
So Stranger Things had predicted that. Spoiler alert, sorry.
Yeah, the weapon from Stranger Things this past season is very reminiscent to what the military has. That's kind of strange. Maybe they thought, well, the TV show's already talked about us, now we're just going to use it.
Except in the show, it can only stop superpower females, not
Super soldiers.
but not Venezuelans. Interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, that is the big thing that I thought was strange is World War III, not a bullet needed. Yeah, that's kind of goes. But yeah, that's.
I've never seen that movie. That's a newer movie, Leave the World Behind. I guess I just need to watch it. Oops.
Yeah, we watched it when it first came out.
Well, World War III, in my opinion, isn't. I thought about this, and it's not really a world war. We're fighting amongst ourselves. Everybody always thought we're going to be invaded, but I think they just use the power of the media to destroy us as a unit in America.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to come here and invade America. It's if there is a world war, it's going to be us getting drawn into something or starting something, and
within ourselves, though, we're destroying ourselves. That's the ultimate weapon. Well, I'm not destroying anybody. I'm not really caring about whose side's arguing. I mean, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Those people can just have a bad, rotten day and be depressed about what they saw on Facebook and
Just to clarify to the listeners, if they're still out there listening to this episode, you and I are not white supremacists. You're not even a white person. So that was one of the other things that we've been accused of at one point.
You're pretty white, though.
I'm white.
By having me, I'm the token Mexican guy that kind of gets you from getting in trouble. But yeah, that's some dumb claims. People are silly.
That is like the go-to to try and harm someone is they're either a racist or a fascist or a Nazi. Anymore, that's the go-to word that tries to get people in trouble. Now it's a pedo protector. Apparently,
that one too. I'm really sick of everybody just bringing up Nazi Germany all the time. Like the Germans want to hear that anymore. But literally, they're like, it's like Nazi Germany again. I'm like, you weren't even born then. How can you compare anything to that? You weren't there. You know what I mean? That's a funny insult to constantly bring. It's like World War II again. Blah.
One of the last surviving members of World War II just passed away. That's for wild. The United States.
Yeah. I wonder what is not a secret to life, but yeah, the secret to his longevity. You know what I mean?
Dude, that'd be almost 100 years old, if not.
That's wild. Good for him, though. He saw many things.
And he's probably looking at it now and like, man, we really screwed this place up.
Right. My friends died for this madness. Jeez.
Yeah. Back then, everyone was united for a cause, and now we're all fighting amongst ourselves.
You know, that reminds me when I said that this is funny. I'm gonna bring the milk thing up. Remember the Little Rascals, the TV show?
Mm-hmm.
I remember they were eating hamburgers and milk. People used to eat milk with their dinners, and I don't know. Maybe that was a thing. I mean, it was a thing. I wonder if they just want to bring that back. Maybe it was healthy for you because you got all that footage of people back in the day. There was no obesity at the beaches. You know what I mean? It's the same old story. I thought about that when I was on the way home. Huh.
Well, as we've been running live, I look down and I never hit record on my end, so I'm gonna have to record it after the fact. I hate doing that.
Oh,
No.
is it hard?
No, I just have to replay the live stream.
Oh, you need to make
It's just
notes of that.
yeah. I always forget I have to hit the one button up here, then I forget to hit the other button down here. It is what it
I
is.
can't remind you because I don't really know it. I don't control this stuff.
I don't know. When it comes time for us to arm up, and people don't understand this when they talk about how we need to be fighting and rise up and do all this other crap. You're going to be fighting with the person across the street. Like, it's not going to be what they think. It's not like what they think the movies are going to be. Like, you're going to be fighting your neighbor. It's going to be the mailman across the street. He's not delivering the mail. He's delivering a bullet towards you. Is that what they really want?
That's the perfect weapon. A country that destroys itself versus invading.
No.
Or paid ops. Paid ops. That accusation has been going around several channels. Yeah, I kind of believe that for sure. I mean, if I go on a Craigslist and somebody goes, "Hey, will you dress up in different outfits and do different things for tons of money to be a fake actor?" Maybe I would do that because there's so many people that look like me, which I've been accused of. Like, I saw you somewhere. I'm like, that was not me, man. A lot of twins. He has a lot of twins.
Yeah. Do you think that a lot of these people, because I see a lot of things calling people crisis actors or paid people to come out there and cause issues. Where do you sign up for that? Like, where do they find it? Is it from a Craigslist thing? Like, how do they get paid for it? Like, where does this come from? Like, to be one of those disruptors?
Maybe it's some sort of like acting class. They just find an ad because there's jobs everywhere of all sorts of kind in the big cities.
No.
Now the hardest one I can't put my hand around because I wasn't there was the whole like January 6th thing. When you see like a sea of people, it's like, how did you find that many people to do something like what looks like? Sorry, it looks staged. I'm sorry. And when you see some of the when you look back with AI now and how things look and how it looks, and you look at the old pictures of the January 6th thing, they kind of look AI'd. I won't.
I've seen pictures of you there holding the flag of the bull guy wearing your blue Care Bear outfit. You were there at that insurrection or whatever it was. Like, don't try and play like you weren't.
Well, a lot of people at green screens make a collage of people in one little setting. That was a whole weird. I think we've talked about that several times. I think that was kind of weird too because they just let it happen, and the military didn't like shoot them from the sky with their laser.
Yeah.
If it was a big deal, there'd be a lot of melted people right now. That's why. Yeah.
They basically that whole thing came about to where it shows that anyone could actually just go and do that, and we weren't going to do anything about it. I don't feel like the government buildings are not that well protected where a group of people can just walk in there and no one was just blasting. Again, just something to keep people talking and hating each other.
And that's where the same thing comes with the photographers and the videographers. They're just walking around like scot free, like nothing's gonna happen to them either. But they had all these well timed shots, but no harm came to them. Nobody said, "Man, somebody hit me, broke my camera." No, none. It was all over the news. Yeah,
it could happen, I guess, but you don't ever hear about it. I'm not saying that everyone that takes photos is not like a real photo, but it is awful conveniently timed photos that I think are the most suspicious of all of them because just like 2 years ago when he was raising his fist with the blood on his face with the flag flying behind him, that was not like the most perfect patriotic glory of you can't stop me photo ever. You know what I'm talking about? The whole
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed when most people
should have been hiding from.
Yeah, I'd be like down on the ground, like, no, I ain't getting shot. Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? Like, like when there's a gunshot in public area, people scatter like roaches. They have to. It's like instinct to run from a loud noise that didn't belong. Unless
Yeah.
it's a firework, then maybe you're looking around for it. But like, no. Like, I feel like if I was ever in a group that's rioting, I'd probably go for the camera guy first and break it. I'm not gonna end up on the news. Break that thing.
Apparently, you can be involved in all that stuff. Just have a camera, and they're not going to mess with you because you're the videographer. You're safe.
But I'm saying on the other end, if I see a camera, I'm gonna break it. Because there's no way this dude brought this nice camera in here. Now, you got cell phones. Everybody has cell phone and video, and those look like shit. But somehow, a guy with a really nice like mirrorless camera with attachments ends up in these crises. That'd be the first guy I'm gonna break his camera. Maybe I'll go missing though, because again, it's the paid op.
Well, we had a crisis here in this town again today. I think I sent it to you, where someone decided they were going to call in something because they didn't want to go to school, so the whole thing got shut down. My kids don't go to that one, but again, this town has a history of people not wanting to go to school.
Is that
Apparently,
what happened?
I assume so. And then
'Cause I told
conveniently,
you that. I figured somebody didn't want to go to school because it was too cold.
I don't know. They evacuated the whole place, teachers and students, and made them go to a different building to get picked up. And they wouldn't let anyone come back to the campus or leave with vehicles. So anything that was in the parking lot had to stay as they were sweeping through everything. And conveniently, there was other demolitions going on in town today, like like other detonations that were supposed to be happening, but didn't have anything to do with that. I was like, how come no one else even knew about these planned explosions in town today? That was the first I've heard about it. Just weird timing again, kind of sus. But
Well, bomb threats seem to be normal for schools because kids fuck around and I don't want to go to school. It's calling a bomb threat. Like, what the hell?
did that happen when we were in school? Because I don't remember people calling in bomb threats.
I feel like there was one, but a lot of times there's just the fire alarm being pulled.
I just remember someone had stole a bus and drove it into the side of the building at one point.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, I remember it just because I had to get on the bus to go. We were going on to Brown County on a trip for I think it was my freshman year. We took a field trip to Brown County, so I had to get there at like 6 a.m. to get on the bus, and then there was a bus that was already crashed into the side of the building.
Somebody really wanted to learn.
I don't know if they ever figured out who did that or not.
Speaking of school, like, I know this is an age-old question or a theory, conspiracy theory, but do you really think, people out there, do you really think school is, indoctrination? Or it's just like, just bad education? Does that sound right?
I know what you're meaning at. Like, do you think the school is teaching people just what they want them to be taught because that's what they were taught, but it's not really what things are, how it really was. We're only being taught what was programmed to be taught to us, and the real truth is not coming out.
But how do some of these kids go to college then? I never went, so, because I had no ambition. I still don't. But like, you get the ones that go to school in college, and then that seems to be their next step, is to go to college, and they got a guidance counselor and all that other stuff. And it's like, okay, so not school doesn't completely dumb you down. You end up doing something with your life, right?
Here's what I think about college. Why, and it depends on the type of field that you're going in, but when they push college on kids, they're automatically pushing them to go in debt. Because you think about the loans you have to get and how expensive it is to go to school. And a lot of these kids go to school for something that they're not going to make any kind of money in. And I've looked at people that go to school for certain degrees, and the base salary they're going to start off at is like $50,000 a year. Maybe that was good money like 20 something years ago, but nowadays that ain't anything.
Yep.
So it's like, why are you going in debt right off the bat? And a lot of these kids they end up living back with mom and dad, and everyone's like, oh, they're basement dwellers. They're not learning. It's because they can't afford to, because we've pushed the whole concept that they have to go to college to get a good job. But now those good jobs aren't out there. too many people went into the computer industries. Too many people went into this type of industries. The main type of industry that no one goes into anymore is the physical labor type stuff that no one wants to do. Like, that's the truth of it. You don't like construction, carpentry, mechanics, all sorts, like things where you have to get dirty. You don't see anyone going to college for that. They don't go to trade schools anymore. And then here we are pushing kids to go get the desk jobs, the good rising, good paying jobs. But how many kids are actually out there surviving off of that once they get out of school?
Nope.
So I don't push the college thing on anyone. I went for like a semester, and maybe I should. Here we are having a podcast talking on here. So maybe I should have went to college. I don't know. But that's the thing. When I was in school, they said that when I got out, because I went in for a trade, I was going in for HVAC, heating and cooling. And they claimed once I got out, I'd have to start a job working for someone else. And at the time, this was in 2004, they said I'd probably be making like $8 to $10 an hour until I got years of experience and I could start my own business. I was like, I'm already making that right now at the factory I work at. Why in the hell would I keep going to school to make $8 or $10 an hour as someone's laborer, as they get paid like $70 an hour and I'm just their grunt doing all the work for them? Like, where's that? It completely soiled me on wanting to go to school. So,
I'm reading the comments. Sorry.
I haven't even seen them. Oh, Brad's in there. So yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Basically, I don't push my kids to go to school. If they want to go to college, that's great. If they don't, that's great too.
Just don't go to art school. What's that got to pay for? I'm sorry, but like that's not a degree unless you're going to be a teacher, an art teacher. But then you end up going to like liberal arts school, and then what is that going to do in the real life other than you make
What is
better?
what is
finger
the
paints?
definition of liberal arts? Like, what is a liberal art?
I don't know.
Like,
Finger paint.
I've heard so many people say liberal arts, and I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, do they paint like liberating photos? Like, I know that sounds stupid. I'm just making a joke, but like, I honestly don't know like what is considered a liberal art. I guess we're gonna look this up.
Is that a hippie? Is that a hippie? How hippies go?
I don't know. We're gonna look up liberal art over here.
College graduates can't even get hired in their fields. It's very true, and that's why they go in debt. They can't find the job that they actually went for. 'Cause every time in my work, every time we get a new engineer, I kind of laugh because it's like they probably didn't want to end up here, but here they are being an engineer at my job, and either staying for a while or hating their job.
So
Sucks to be an
here is
engineer.
what traditional, or here's what liberal art is. It is a traditional academic course in Western higher education that traditionally covers the nature of natural sciences, social sciences, arts, and humanities. Yeah. So it's not necessarily about doing art, but it's an academic that covers those type of things. So let's say natural sciences and social sciences. Natural science is actually what they consider, my podcast used to be listed under. I don't know why, but a lot of podcasts like this list themselves as natural science. Why is that considered a liberal art? Do you think a lot of the people that sign up for this is just because it says liberal, so they think that that's why they have to join it?
I don't know. I was just throwing that out there because I believe my certain family member on her side has got an art degree or something, and I'm like, what's that useful for outside of? And she has to have a normal job. I'm not saying I'm ripping on the arts, but it's like, how's that
Trust
supposed
fund
to?
kids.
Not even that. Like, how does that help when you get an art degree of something and then you go out in the real world? I don't feel like unless you're a designer, but that's like different. Like, yeah, I never went to school, so I don't know all these subcategories of art.
Yeah. I don't know.
Trust fund kids. Oh, that was yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that again, a lot of people get pushed on colleges and everything else. If you're not going for something that's actually going to be beneficial to you, then I don't see why we continue to push that on kids to do.
I mean, according to the Rocco, can I even say that word about that family?
The Rockefellers?
Yeah, am I allowed to say that on here without getting?
You can say whatever. I don't care. We're going to get demonetized anyways.
All right. Well, apparently that was the Rockefellers thing to like dumb down us so that we could just be a bunch of workers, which we are to every degree because we all go in debt. It's hard unless you got one of those like off the grid guys who don't have a bank account. I know a guy, and he doesn't have a bank account because he hates the government so much. Yet during the Beast era, he was all about listening to the government and getting shots. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Sorry.
That
But
is that is the irony of a lot of things are the people that were so against the government at one point rolled over and took everything the government had to say are now the same people again saying don't listen to your government. It's the wave in cycles.
amateurs.
Yeah. So anyone that listens and abides and obeys, I feel like we're in that Roddy Piper movie. They live. We just have to have the glasses on.
I just don't know how the hell he pulled that movie off without getting in trouble.
Well, it's probably why I got pulled from the theaters after like a week or two.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah, it wasn't in the
Because
theaters.
I saw it on VHS. So and then when it around the time it came out, I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
They
Like,
claim they have to let everyone know. That's just a little bit of
but
disclosure.
even if they pulled it out, they probably shouldn't have released it unless they just didn't think he was. They won't take him serious. The guy's John Carpenter's full of shit. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of his movies have a lot of disclosure on it.
A lot of people, like I just said, they claim that they have to disclose things very openly. It's almost like, and I don't know how to word it without sounding crazy, but it's almost like that they have to let you know what they're doing. That way it's not wrong in the sense that they've let you know. So it's almost like saying that, hey, we're going to kill you without telling you we're going to kill you.
Sure.
But yeah. Is there anything else that you saw this week that just seemed a little strange?
Oh man. I think we talked about the positives of what government's trying to do amongst the chaos of everything else. So, was that all the positives?
Is there anything ever positive?
I don't know. That's why, like, I can't dwell on the news.
The news is
channels.
nothing but negativity,
It's all
anyways.
it is,
Anything
and
that
I hate it. That's why I'm like, where's the happiness here? Like, you'll see a random like article that I think it was. I saw a random article that is either coconut milk, some milk, not regular milk, was actually good for destroying kidney stones faster than medical procedures. I matter if I say the screenshot. I hope I did. Let me look.
there's a lot of things out there that we could probably do that would be better for us that we don't do because again, we've been programmed to ingest the chemicals and everything else.
Wish I would have saved it. It was some sort of maybe it was coconut water. Oh, yeah, I found it. Real quick, scientists in the Philippines have reported that coconut water may dissolve calcium oxalate in kidney stones, the most common type of kidney stone. Blah blah blah. It just works, and that's kind of cool because coconut, water is kind of tasty.
Isn't that what those electro what are they called? Body armor drinks are made from coconut water?
Yeah, but there's probably other shit that you probably shouldn't be drinking because I don't ever trust like sports drinks half the time. So I would just drink pure coconut water straight from a coconut, I guess.
Go buy a coconut and poke a hole in it.
Man, I got the one time I got rotten coconut from the supermarket. It's the nastiest thing I ever had.
No, I don't. I'm not a big. I don't like the taste of coconut in general.
Chanca pedra will destroy kidney stones. Audacious Amber, you're full of tips.
I've had kidney stones before, and they're nothing to. I wouldn't wish that on one of my worst enemies.
Right here, like I know lemon juice is good. Put it in your water. Drink like a shitload of it. Not too much that'll like irritate your stomach, but like dissolve it in water. A lot of lemon juice.
I've been using the toothpaste that I got from that episode with the nano silver in it.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
No, it's supposed to be healthy for you. My teeth haven't fell out yet, so it must be doing something.
Go to your dentist. You're like, you have a ton of cavities. What happened? I'm kidding.
No fluoride.
Man, there's so many like places trying to ban fluoride now. It's like, well, that's kind of weird they'd ban it. Unless there's something really wrong, then man,
Yeah.
remember when you're younger, they would push like fluoride's good for you. They put it in water, and like, I didn't think our government cared about us that much that they would like help us there. Man,
Yeah.
so much.
I don't know. I don't trust it. The fluoride isn't good for you. I don't think it's ever been good for you.
It's nasty. Like when they put it in your teeth, I had it like once. I'm like, don't ever put that on there. I don't care.
You remember those strips that they used to dissolve on your tongue?
Oh, they're like gummy strips.
They were
weren't
like
gummy, but
they were like I don't know how to describe it. They like you stick them on your tongue and they dissolve. I was like, isn't this what people used to do with acid? It's like what they
yeah, they're like gelatized mouthwash, basically.
Yeah, it was strange. I remember them when those like strips became popular. Are they still even a thing? Or those get put? I don't see anyone ever using them anymore, so I don't know if they're still around or not. It's like a 20-year ago event. Everyone's got these little weird strips they're putting in their mouth, and your whole mouth felt like it was having like a seizure because it's like.
I just thought about the Osborne show when she gave him one. She's like, did you say it was candy?
I don't know.
She told him it was candy or something. He put it in his mouth. Fuck, you lied to me.
We actually, right after Ozzy passed away, we started to watch the first season of Osborne's.
Well, you gotta let me know when you find that episode when he does that and puts it's gum. It's not fucking gum. You lied to me. I actually brought him up the other day about his passing and like this is my conspiracy head. Like it was just strange how he suddenly had a documentary after he died. And like it was all leading up to that show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the only problem he had was he had a lot of back pain, right? I mean, obviously he probably all the other drugs and he seemed kind of there, but what he died from wasn't really something I would think he would have.
Of all the things that he has done, I'm surprised he was even alive at that stage anyways. If you believe in 99% of the stories that they claim about Ozzy, like of all the drugs he supposedly did and snorting ants and everything else, like how did he survive that long? And then he dies from something that wasn't even drug related.
Well, I mean, I don't feel like, I'll be honest, I feel like the show shouldn't have wore him out that much because he was pretty much cushioned the whole time in the documentary. Like he just had to sit there and I'm sure they had assistants and like what all that noise killed him. Like I don't know. If you watch, like I said, the documentary is just strange how the timing and his ailments in the documentary aren't really what I think he died from. My opinion. I don't know. It was just strange the timing of it.
Yeah. What is that? No.
What?
It sounded like my barn was vibrating. I thought I was getting ready to get abducted or something. It was just a big jacked up truck driving by with loud pipes.
I love those, right? You think it's a train coming and some dude just
Yeah. Driving their big shit box down the road, letting everyone hear it for 5 miles.
We get those too.
So we'll wrap this up here in a second, but this is funny. This morning I was pumping gas and one of these cars drives by and one was a Camaro kind of reminded me of you, except he was loud and revving it up like a D-bag.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, there was another car leaving. It was like a Nissan. It was like they called like a Supra or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but it looked like that. And it revved it up, and then it sounded like it exploded like a bomb, like it backfired.
Oh.
And like I thought someone like popped a shot in the parking lot. Like I'm at a Casey's gas station, and I just hear this backfire, and it sounds like a gunshot going off. So I instantly like look around, and it's this little car driving off, and it sounds like
Uncle Buck.
yeah, like he thinks he's driving like Fast and the Furious car or something, but like it goes. I was like, what? He just blew his engine. He just kept driving. So is that a cool thing for people that want to have a vehicle that sounds like
Yes.
gunshots?
Yes, Uncle Buck, man. Speaking of last minute thing, speaking of Uncle Buck, like I guess like the lady that plays his girlfriend, she's still an actor, right? And she got an award for this movie called Weapons, and I didn't realize that was her. That's a weird movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Uncle Buck's girlfriend.
The old lady.
Yeah, and I didn't know that was her. And like, she creeped me out with like when she was trying to be dressed as a normal person.
The guy that did that movie also did Barbarian, which I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either.
He's also the one doing the new Resident Evil movie.
That reminds me of. Did any of you people watch that Begonia movie? Right, I was last to see it. I told Brandon I go to the theater, and I never went because I don't like going to theater. And then it finally came out on Hulu.
It's on Peacock.
And I watched it, and I'm like, what the hell?
So what did you think of it?
It was pretty good. Like it was very artsy. I don't know if I want to spoil it I'm not gonna try to spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil the story. It seemed very artsy, like a very expensive independent film would be. And it's funny because like I don't know if because this is around sound, but your voice wasn't very loud in it.
It's because he was listening through headphones.
I know that, but like it was just like, damn, your time to shine, and it's not very loud.
Yeah. The one part was drowned out by the music, but then right before he goes into work, you can hear it a little clearer.
Right, because you're like, I don't know. I think we're in a simulation, and I'm like, wow, that's well timed. I met him on the Amtrak early '80s. Uncle Buck. Oh, John Candy, rest in peace. There's a documentary about him. But anyway, like, I thought the film was really good. It was like left to center. Like, oh, cool. Again, not spoiling it. You guys need to see it.
It is a very strange movie. It's one of those movies you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it.
Yeah.
But if you're a conspiracy type of a person, there's a lot of little subtle things in there that I don't know if they did it for making jokes or whatever, but like a lot of the stuff that gets talked about and like things that get done in the movie in the background that you don't really pay attention to, I noticed. Like, for anyone that's a flat earther, like you'll notice the earth is flat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I remember he's telling. Yeah, okay. Now I remember the. I just thought that because it was like one of those screens, not because it was.
I don't know. The way that if you look at like how's the days change and everything, it looks like the edges, like the stuff on the edges is coming off the edge, like the clouds go off the edge of the flat earth.
I have to rewatch that part in because I just thought it was the way the monitor was.
Yeah, it's like when they switch how many days is left too, they keep showing like the overshot of Earth, but it's a flat Earth.
Oh wow, I forgot about that too. Because
Yeah.
I was just trying to read like
What it said.
the lettering just looked like the movie logo, and I was confused about that. I gotta go back and watch. And
Yeah.
pick up more things I didn't know. Anyway, go watch it, everybody, if you like crazy conspiracy movies.
If anyone is not familiar with the movie Begonia, it is available on Peacock. It stars Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone, and about 30 something minutes into the movie, you can hear my voice if you turn up the volume a little bit because they're listening to an episode of my podcast. So it's kind of cool that I was offered a spot to be in a movie that usually doesn't really happen to a whole lot of people. So I guess if one thing ever happened for the podcast is I can say in infamy, I'm stuck in a Hollywood movie.
Right.
And the name's in the credits. Can't take that away from me. Like, yeah, my name made it in the credits and the podcast is in the credits. So there's my own pat on the back for glory. I achieved something in life.
It would have been bad if the movie sucked and then you were on that, but like
Again, a lot of people don't like it.
because they don't understand independent film. It reminds me of independent film.
Well, the guy that directed it's from Greece.
I know, yeah, that was what I found out too.
Yeah, he's Greek, and he specifically, or his assistant, according to the person that I talked to, is the one that specifically asked for them to have my show in there. I was like, how did they come across my podcast in the first place?
They're famous in Greece.
Maybe. Or they just wanted to find one of the craziest sounding podcasts out there and like
But
pick
out of
that
all
one.
of them, I mean,
I know. I'm one of the tame ones.
how did they find yours? Because there's so many of them.
Right.
Amber says, nice. I'm like, yeah, that is nice. It's a
See,
nice
I don't
thing
ever
on-
really talk about it. I was on another show the other night and I didn't bring it up. And then the other person brought it up because I never bring anything up. I was like, because I'm not a bragger. Like I don't go out there and try and boast and flex or anything. It's not like I don't really think about it. It's just not my mentality.
You're worried there's a catch?
No.
Yourself? All right.
No, I don't go out there and just talk about stuff about to brag my own self up because it's not that deep to me. I'm just like, oh yeah, my voice was in a movie. Okay.
It'd been cool if like they used her voice and hers and then put them on actors on TV and then I mean that would have looked odd, but whatever.
It would. I was like, why would you use someone else's face for me to dub over? That's so weird.
Can't afford to like fly over there.
Yeah. Well, on that note, if you are listening on the audio format, we appreciate you. We record these every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on YouTube. So you can join in the chat and you can listen to us talk about the things that go on in the world that seem sus. Thanks for everyone that's been in here tonight listening live. Thanks to Amber. Thanks to Brad. Thanks to whoever else has been in there leaving comments. And thanks to my co-host over here, Ed. And we will see you guys on the next one.